The village of Orio buzzed with whispers of a girl who carried their dreams to the city, Adisa, their shining star. But when she returns, broken and frail, a dark secret unravels. What happened to her in the glittering city? Will her village forgive her, or will her shame swallow them all? Hold tight. This is a story of hope, betrayal, and a fight for redemption that will grip your heart. In the quiet village of Orile, nestled between rolling hills and a lazy stream, life flowed as steady as the breeze. Boys grew into men who tilled the soil, cast nets or carved wood, following the paths of their fathers. Girls, once they finished primary school, married young. Their days filled with cooking, weaving, and raising children. University was a word unknown in Orile, a distant star no one dared to reach for. To the villagers, learning to read and write was enough. Parents smiled when their children scratched letters in the dust. They asked for nothing more because they knew nothing more. Life was simple, predictable, like the moon waxing and waning in the sky. But a storm was brewing, a change so fierce it would rattle Orel's calm forever. The village didn't feel it yet, but something was coming, a spark that would set their world ablaze. One golden morning, Oral hummed with a strange energy. A group of city students arrived, their laughter loud and their clothes bright as festival banners. They stepped off a dusty bus, carrying sleek books and wearing shoes that gleamed like polished stones. The villagers froze, staring as if spirits had descended. These strangers walked with confidence, their voices weaving tales of a world beyond the hills, a city of towering buildings, machines that worked miracles, and schools that promised wisdom. Look at them, the villagers whispered, clutching their baskets. See how they shine. The students spoke of machines that planted crops in hours, of lights that burned without fire, and of studies that could lift a person to greatness. The children of Orile sat wide-eyed, drinking in every word. The village chief, Baba Oho, leaned on his carved staff, his old eyes narrowing. This, he muttered, is what our children must become. The thought spread like wildfire through the crowd. For the first time, Odile dreamed of sending one of their own to the city, not just to see it, but to conquer it. The students left after a single day, but they left behind a seed of hope, one that took root in every heart. That night, under the ancient baobab tree, the villagers gathered. Men stroked their beards, women murmured, and children peeked from behind their mothers' wrappers. They agreed. One child must go to the city to learn its ways and bring back its wonders. But who? The question hung heavy. Then a voice called out, Adisa, and a murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd. Adisa was no ordinary girl. At 16, her beauty was like dawn breaking over the hills, radiant, undeniable. Her mind was sharp, her laughter quick, and her heart kind. She helped her mother pound yam, sang to the elders, and taught the younger children their letters. Adisa, they chanted, voices rising. She will carry Orile's pride. The village poured their love into her journey. Women packed smoked fish, dried maize, and a small jar of shea butter. Men scraped together every coin, their hands trembling as they pressed them into her palms. The elders laid hands on her head, their prayers weaving strength into her spirit. Go, Adisa, they said, make us proud. Never forget Aurelie. With a woven bag slung over her shoulder and her heart pounding, Adisa left. The villagers lined the path, waving as tears streaked their faces. On her small frame rested the weight of their dreams. The city hit Adisa like a thunderclap. Buildings soared like mountains, their glass faces glinting in the sun. Cars roared past and crowds moved like rivers, each person chasing their own purpose. Her heart raced with awe and fear. School was a maze of noise and new faces, but Adisa was quick. She studied hard, her hand always up, her notebook filled with neat lines. Teachers praised her, and soon classmates warmed to her bright smile. She wasn't just a village girl, she was one of them. Then she met Kemi, a city girl with a laugh like bells and eyes that sparkled with secrets. Kemi knew the city's pulse, where to eat, how to dodge trouble, what to wear. With Kemi, Adisa felt less like a stranger. They shared meals, swapped stories, and laughed until their sides ached. But the city was hungry, and the coins from Orile dwindled fast. Some nights, Adisa's stomach growled, her mind drifting to the village that had given all they had. I won't fail them, she whispered in the dark, clutching the hope they'd sent her with. At first, school felt like a haven, but soon cracks appeared. Some students, those with sleek hair and glittering bracelets, noticed Adisa's faded wrappers. To her, they were treasures, each thread a piece of Oril. To them, they were odd, unworthy. Whispers followed her like shadows. Village girl, they hissed, their giggles sharp as thorns. Does she think that's fashion? Adisa walked faster, her chin high, but each word stung. The girls mocked her braided hair. The boys smirked and blocked her path. Go back to your farm, they taunted. You don't fit here. Loneliness crept in, heavy and cold. Adisa clung to Orali's faith in her, but the city's cruelty chipped at her spirit. Her bright eyes dulled, her smile faded. Then she noticed something about Kemi. Though Kemi's family wasn't rich, she always had money. New sandals, juicy mangoes, dresses that turned heads. Adisa, who stretched every kobo, couldn't help but wonder. One evening, as they shared a plate of jollof rice, she asked, Kemi, how do you afford all this? Kemi laughed, waving a hand. Oh, Adisa, it's just a little hustle. Don't worry. Her eyes flicked away, bright but guarded. Adisa's curiosity sharpened. She watched Kemi slip out at night, her lips painted red, her steps quick. When Adisa asked again, Kemi brushed it off. You'll see one day, she said, changing the topic. But the mystery clung to Adisa like damp cloth. What was Kemi hiding? The question gnawed at her, a shadow she couldn't shake. Weeks bled into months, and Hadisa's money ran dry. The city's demands were relentless. Food, books, rent, hunger became a shadow, its claws digging deeper each day. She wrote to Orale, her letters trembling with shame. Mama, Papa, it's hard here. I'm trying. The village sent what they could, small bags of gari, a few crumpled notes, but it was never enough. Her mother's replies were warm but thin, stretched by their own struggles. Hunger clouded Adisa's mind. In class, her stomach roared, drawing snickers. She sat rigid, fighting tears. At night, she lay awake, Kemi's easy laughter echoing in her head. Kemi with her full pockets and carefree smile. Adisa's pride battled her desperation, but the hunger was winning. One night, as hunger twisted her insides, Adisa broke. The next morning, she found Kemi by the school gate. Kemi, she whispered, voice shaking, I can't do this anymore. Tell me your secret. Let me work with you. Kemi's smile faded, her eyes searching Adisa's face. Adisa, this isn't. It's not simple work. Are you sure? I have no choice, Adisa said, her voice hard with need. Show me. Kemi hesitated, then nodded. In a dim alley, she spoke in low tones, unveiling her truth. Adisa's breath caught. This wasn't work. It was a world of charm and shadows, one Aurel would scorn. But hunger drowned her doubts. I'll do it, she said, her voice a whisper of steel. That night, Kemi dressed her in a gown that shimmered like moonlight. She painted Adisa's face, transforming her into someone new. In the mirror, Adisa saw a stranger, bold, city-made. At a noisy club, lights pulsed and voices blurred. Kemi taught her how to smile, how to talk, how to draw eyes. Adisa's heart pounded, but she followed, step by trembling step. A man with a gold watch offered her money more than she'd ever seen. She pleased him, and the coins in her hand felt like power. That night, she bought steaming bowls of egusi soup, ripe oranges, a new scarf. The city glowed brighter, her fears smaller. For a moment, she forgot Oril, forgot her promises. This new life was a rush, sweet and wild. Adisa dove deeper each night, pulling her further from the girl she'd been. But one morning, after a long night, her body betrayed her. A heavy ache settled in her bones. Her skin burned. Just tiredness, she thought, calling into bed. But the weakness lingered. The days passed and she grew frail, her strength leaking away. Her friends noticed, their teasing replaced by worry. They brought herbs, soups, anything to help. But Adisa only weakened. Then her belly began to swell, round and hard, while her arms and legs withered. Whispers spread. It's like a curse, one friend said, eyes wide. But how? Adisa touched her belly, fear calling in her chest. Her face hollowed, her eyes sank, yet her belly grew, heavy with a secret she couldn't name. Friends tried remedies, bitter teas, pungent oils, but nothing worked. Doctors shrugged, their faces blank. One by one, her friends drifted away, scared of the unknown. Alone, Adisa felt her life slipping like sand through her fingers. Her friends, desperate, made a choice. We must take her to Orile, they whispered. It's her only hope. They wrapped her fragile body in a shawl and carried her home, praying the village could save her. They arrived at dawn, the sky gray and heavy. The villagers gathered expecting their star, Adisa, draped in city glory. Instead, they saw a ghost. Her face was gaunt, her body skeletal, her belly grotesquely swollen. Gasps rippled through the crowd. This wasn't their Adisa. Her friends stammered, she's sick, the city, it broke her. They fled, leaving no answers, only questions. Adisa's parents fell beside her, weeping. They'd sent a girl full of light. Now a shadow lay before them. The village surrounded her, silent, grieving. On a mat in the square, Adisa shivered, meeting their eyes. Her voice, thin as a reed, broke the quiet. The city was cruel, she said. Your money wasn't enough. Hunger followed me. I met Kemi, and she showed me a path, a wrong one. I forgot you, forgot my purpose. I've shamed you all. Tears fell as she spoke, each word a blade. The elders stepped forward, their faces grave but kind. Elder Makinwa, the oldest, touched her brow. Adisa, this is no mere illness. You carry a child conceived outside our ways. This is our curse. Ogbanje, your body suffers for breaking our sacred bond. Murmurs rose, heads nodded. The cause was known. A woman pregnant outside marriage would waste away. A warning of honor lost. But Makinwa's voice softened. There is healing, Adisa. The path is hard, but you can be whole. Adisa nodded, hope flickering through her shame. The village rallied, their love stronger than judgment. Herbalists worked tirelessly, mixing potions, chanting prayers. They rubbed her belly with oils, their hands gentle, their words pulling her spirit back. Adisa ate her mother's meals, listened to the women's wisdom, and learned to love the life within her. Slowly she strengthened. Her cheeks filled, her eyes sparked. One starry night, she gave birth to a son. His cries a melody of hope. The village blessed him, and Adisa named him Ife, love, for he was her salvation. With Ife in her arms, Adisa vowed to finish her journey. She returned to school, balancing books and motherhood. Days were grueling, but she pressed on, each step a promise kept. Years later, she graduated, a woman of wisdom and grit. When she returned to Orali, the village roared with pride. No longer the girl who fell, she was their beacon, proof that broken paths could mend. Adisa's tale they wove into Orile's heart, a story told by firesides. It spoke of dreams that soar, mistakes that wound, and courage that heals. The village, once small, now shone with her light, and her name lived on, a symbol of hope reborn. Thank you for listening. If this story moved you, please like, comment on what it taught you, and subscribe for more tales of heart and triumph.